Hello, welcome to Nerdy on Real Dev and my Aromantic Awareness Week special, where I'll be taking this stage you see here, currently in unlit mode, and basically make an arrow flag using stage lights. But for starters, since I know not everyone knows what aromantic is, aromantic is when you don't feel romantic attraction towards someone. It is possible to feel sexual attraction, but all those typical feelings of romantic love just aren't a thing. And being aro, it's not just black and white. There is a whole spectrum. So you could just be straight up aromantic. You could be aro, but you desire a romantic relationship. You could also be what's often known as gray row, where you kind of sometimes feel romantic attraction, but most of the time you don't. There's a whole bunch of ways to be aro. And I'm just doing a little lighting scene because I love lighting and I'm bisexual aromantic. It's who I am. So this is a scene. It was for a project I've done previously. So there's a bit of lighting, there's a bit of post processing, got some exponential fog going, as well as probably way too much bloom. And the theater itself is actually based on an actual theater in Berlin called the Delphi Theater. I was actually inspired by the show called Babylon Berlin. Super good, super popular, actually based off a pulp fiction novel. Which, of course, it's like, alright, so not too historically accurate, but they get a lot of things right. It's set in 1929. So these are actually not actual lights. These are just, I think these are blocks. Yeah, they're metal. They're metal beams that I just squished because when you're farther away, you can't actually see what it looks like. For those of you who don't know what the arrow flag looks like, this is sort of piece I did. Got dark green, light green, white, gray, and black. Black is going to be the trickiest part. Technically, when I was first doing the scene, I had blue and red shining on these. So it'll be interesting to see what it'll look like. But yeah, this is based off the Delphi Theater. Though what's interesting is in the show, what they're actually, so they call it the I'm blanking on the name, but they call it a different theater name. When actually that was the name of a cafe. But in the show, they filmed using the Delphi Theater for the auditorium and for all the performances and whatnot. Let's see. Okay. Do you want that tall? Change the cone angle. And so yeah, and though the thing about Berlin is that in the 1920s, it was honestly one of the biggest hubs for the LGBT community. In 1819, there was actually the Institute for Sexual Science, which They looked at things like, uh, so the people who work there, they did research, sexual counseling, treatment of venereal diseases, sex ed, and they also they had offices for the community, scientific humanitarian committee, which is known for being the first homosexual organization, and they had a World League for Sexual Reform. And this institute, they actually fought for decriminalization of homosexuality in 1920. 1920. In the 1920s, they were fighting for this. And they even, they helped trans people, they helped trans people get official documentations for who they really are. So they would help trans men get documentation to live life as a man. Berlin, so this was just a great organization. Of course, in 1933, got destroyed by the Nazi Party. But Berlin in the 1920s, there were all sorts of gay clubs, and it was the center. And there was a lot of really great research and whatnot that was lost due to it all being destroyed. So, a little bit of history, and maybe it's not aromantic specific, but I feel like doing a theater based in such an important part of queer history really works. Also, it's just an interesting design. This is not totally accurate. There's a lot of differences, but oops. Okay. Yeah, so some solid architecture. It was originally a theater for silent movies, so yeah, you can see where they would have the projector. But just really nice architecture. See if having a black light do anything. Okay. Where is this coming from? Not sure where this bit of fog bloom. Not sure where that's coming from. Okay, maybe. There we go. So we're starting to sort of see a bit of the flag. I have auto exposure off, so need the more powerful lights. Let's bump these up to 100. Really not sure how well the black is gonna work. Hashtag did not think about this. little stronger. Let's really brighten this place up. So by a little stronger, I mean a lot stronger. So we're kind of getting a flag. Try for... See how bright I can make this look. Honestly, a lot of things are just trial and error. Actually, this should probably be brighter than everything. Yeah, there we go. Making the white one brighter than everything else just really helps with the selling that it's white. Because it was kind of looking a little gray. Just hit escape to deselect. Try building that lighting again. Because even though it doesn't say build lighting, there's a few things. Alrighty. Greens are a bit more noticeable than the other part, but I say ready for some aromantic performer to get out there and definitely not sing a love song. Alrighty. And thank you for watching my aromantic awareness special. If you like this video, if you want to see more of me kind of rambling about random things while lighting a scene or making VFX, or if you like my tutorials, consider subscribing, giving me a comment, or even donating to my coffee. Have a good one.